This animation illustrates the demographic transformation of Finland over nearly 150 years. As Bao in 2021 explains, the shape of the population pyramid at a given point in time reveals the demographic transition stage experienced by the population. In 1878, Finland had a typical expansive population pyramid, with a broad base reflecting high birth rate but also high mortality. By 1950s, the pyramid transitioned to a more uniform shape as mortality declined but fertility remained relatively high. In 2023, the structure has inverted with a narrow base and a significantly larger elderly population, showing the profound effects of sustained low fertility and increased life expectancy. To better understand these structure changes, we can look into key fertility indicators that helps explain the shift birth patterns in Finland over time. The WHO defines TFR as the average number of children a woman would have in her lifetime. In Finland, it peaked in the 1950s after World War II. Over 12,000 babies were born in September 1945, along Statistics Finland. Another measure is the crude birth rate, births per 1,000 people. This dropped after the mid-19th centuries due to fewer births and an aging population. Lastly, the average age of the mothers at childbirth first dropped, then rose after the 1970s. This likely reflects more education, better healthcare, and changing social norms. While birth patterns have changed a lot, death patterns in Finland have also gone through big shifts. Let's take a look at how mortality and life expectancy have evolved. The number of deaths in each age group is based on how many people survive to that age and their chance of dying. One graph shows the number of deaths by age, another shows the death rate at each age, and the third graph, called LX, shows how many people are still alive at each age out of the group of 100,000 born at the same time. Together, this graph shows a clear trend. In 1878, many people died young, but by 2023, most people live much longer and deaths are mostly concentrated in old age. As Statistics Finland 2007 points out, since independence, Finland's living standards have improved a lot, especially lower infant death. So parents no longer feel they need to have more children just to ensure some survives. These changes in both fertility and mortality have had a big impact on Finland's population growth. To understand this better, we need to look at the net population change, which is calculated by taking the number of births, subtracting the number of deaths, and then adding migration. I got the birth and death data from the Human Mortality Database and immigration number from Statistics Finland for the year 1990 to 2023. With this, we can see how the population has grown or shrunk over time. But this net change isn't just a number. It reflects deeper issues like how the countries respond to aging, labor shortage, and long-term planning. Similarly, I also find that the problem of aging and the labor shortage in Finland were mentioned in Statistics Finland 2007. I discovered their solutions from the data. I found that the net population increased significantly in 2023, and the net immigration accounted for most of it. This also indicates that various problems brought about by aging can be restricted through policy inclination. However, I think reliance on outsiders can only last for a while. Aging and low fertility rates are problems faced by many developed countries. I believe they can form an alliance to jointly seek solutions to the problems of aging and low fertility rate.